So let's go ahead and graph this inequality right here. It says x is less than -2. We are going to look at this as just a straight line. So I'm just looking for the line x equals -2. Why am I doing that? Because the line tells me where we're going to transition from truth to false or false to truth. So x equals -2. I can see on the x number line, there's -2 right there, which means I can graph the line something like this. Okay, now after I get this line on here, I would now need to think, oh, does it need to be dashed or should it be solid? Well, this one is not equal to. So again, remember, I'm looking for equal to because this line here tells me as I move from left to right or right to left that we should transition between or over to truth to false, false to truth. We're not sure yet because we haven't done the shading, but I can see again that this does not have an equal sign as part of it, which means I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to make it kind of a dashed line like this one. Some students like a dotted line, and that's fine too, but the dashed line indicates that all the points on this line would make this inequality false, and that's because where x is 2, where x is -2, which is all along this line, none of those will make this true because -2 is not less than -2. It's not. If it had the equal sign as part of the inequality, then it would be true, but it doesn't. Now again, some of you guys know we can make a decision on shading at this point, but as usual, I'm gonna ask every student to test the origin if possible. If not, I would test a point like 1, 0 or 0, 1. But other than that, test 0, 0, okay? So in this one, x is 0, which I can see up here. Then I would then replace the x with 0, and then I would test to see if that is -2. Now notice, we had a y value on this one that is also 0, but there's no y to replace in this inequality, so I can't replace a y into that inequality, but I can check. And right here, 0 is less than -2. Well, that one right there is false. And since it is false, that means we need to shade the other side of the line, which is, I'll do this like, let's say that this was an exam, right? Well, then I would need to show that I would be shading that other side of the line. Something like this works, and like I've said before in some of my other videos, some students like the crosshatch. Some students will bring actually a marker or a crayon or something like that, or colored pencil, and they'll actually do some decent shading like this. You don't have to go that far, but I'm just pointing out that you can if you'd like. But that right there is the graph of x is less than -2.